Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going through and ranking the different outfits in Infamous Second Son. Just to get real quick into how I'm going to be ranking these, because that's a fairly important part of ranking things, as, the methodology and things like that. I am taking into account how they look on the character, how they look in movement, and the general detailing and things like that. That's pretty much it. That's really all that really needs to be taken into account, in my opinion, for this game, because it's not crazy in depth with a lot of the customization. If they ever decide to do ports of the first two Infamous games to PS5, even if it's not remasters, although a remaster would be amazing. But if they ever decide to port them like how they did with the old Twisted Metal games, where you can still play those games on a PS5 and download it without having to stream it, I will happily do videos on the second game and just talking about the first game and how, neutral Cole, hero Cole, and full Infamous Cole, things like that. But yeah, let's get into this. So we're going to start off with my least favorite vest, which I probably should have had on now and then done a reveal. It's honestly going to be the Epic vest right here. I'm not really a fan. For most of these, I'm probably just going to have it facing the back because the front doesn't change. But I don't know. It's fine. It's not. I don't think there's any in this game that are really terrible. There's just some that aren't really my thing. The sword and then the Heaven's Hellfire logo are decent, which is kind of funny because the Heaven's Hellfire logo almost looks like the logo for Where Winds Meet, which China taking logos from other games and taking things from other games and using them to market their own stuff. That's never happened. Never. Not that logo is super original to begin with, but just being honest. But yeah, this outfit, or the jacket, I guess, or the vest, is fine. I don't know. I don't really know what to say about that one. I'm just not a fan of it personally. And then next up we got its neighbor, the crocodile. It's fine. Again, it's one of those things where it would look fine as an actual product that you could buy. It makes sense. And it's based off of a location in the game and real life, if I remember correctly, which is cool. But it's fine. It's a little simple for my liking. Next up at number 17, we got Loaded. It's an interesting idea. I think my biggest issue with it is the fact that in this game, and I haven't tested this on Evil Karma, so I might be wrong on this, but at least in this game, it looks like the jackets are based off of the Karma. So on Good Karma, it's just white. I don't know if it's red on Evil Karma or not. I'm not 100% sure. I know the sweatshirt changes. I just don't know if the spray paint on the jackets change. I don't think they do. But if it is based off Karma, then, red could look a little better, but he's looking at me. I'm not looking at your ass. I'm looking at the jacket. But I like the kind of bandito type of vibe it's giving off, the Desperado kind of shit. But it just, I don't know. It's normally for me, I associate that with being over the front. So the front being so basic while the back is just having this just doesn't look right for me, at least with that design. Next up, we got the fossilized, or no, not fossilized. Oh, yeah, it is fossilized, sorry. I have a list in front of me. This one's fine. I like the kind of cityscape on the bottom of it. And I like the Tyrannosaurus Rex, or at least it looks like a T-Rex, on the top of it. But combined, I just don't really, I don't know, I just don't really like it as much, personally. Oh, there's a good angle. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I feel like it could have also been interesting if they took a design that I think would have been a more interesting version of this would have been if the teeth in the skull, instead of being teeth, were the different buildings of the skyline. I think that could be kind of interesting. I'm not good enough with like Photoshop and hand-drawn art and stuff like that to do that, but that would be great. I mean, as you guys could tell from some of the thumbnails I've made in the past, not great. Not great with graphic design, but that's fine. But yeah, this one, it's a good concept. It's just I feel like it could have been executed a little bit better. Next up, another neighbor. We got the 12th fan. Ironically enough, not a big fan of it. At least not big enough of a fan to let it get to 12th. It's fine. I mean, I know in Seattle, sports are a very big thing. I know that's a big thing in a lot of cities. I know that was a big thing in Chicago too. Or still is the various sports and things like that. So it makes sense that it's here. I just don't, from what I understand, Delson isn't really shown to really be a sports fan. He's more of like a punk kind of vibe. Which, I mean, Seattle, of course they were going to make the protagonist a punk. That just makes sense. With the tats, the hoodie vest combo, the beanie, the skinny jeans, the chain, it just doesn't really fit the character, I feel like, so that's why it is where it is for me. Next up, we got our first pick of the paper trail items, which now apparently you can get them without having to go to the site because the site doesn't work anymore. So you don't have to link PlayStation and do all that back and forth. You can just kind of go through the missions and get the cosmetics, which is nice. So, sorry, I'm trying to... I don't know why it connects to that Wi-Fi network, but... Sorry. Trying to figure out background details, but... Yeah, this one's fine. I mean, it's not a bad design. I fuck with origami, personally, but... It's just fine. It's an origami bird, looks like, or a hawk almost, which fits with Delson. An origami fucking hawk or something like that, or eagle, I guess would be more accurate. But, yeah. Sorry, I don't really got much else to say about it. Next up, we got Rabid, which is fine. Sorry, I got to turn off my notifications. I think it's interesting how the bottom of the mask has red on it. I kind of wish an outfit we'll look at later had that bit there. That could be interesting. Or if there was damage that could be done to the suit so you can get a little blood on parts of it, but not to be gory, but just to kind of show damage. And then when you heal, it heals, and then if you jump in water, it'll wash off the blood like that. I don't know. Obviously, T-rated game, that was never going to happen, but we could dream. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, there's just better versions of this out there, personally. At least in my opinion. Next up, we got Agent. I like how it's a more graffitied looking design. You could see this on the side of a building, or on train cars or on a bridge or whatever it may be. But it's just... it's just kind of bland to me, I guess. It doesn't really look like anything special to Delson or anything like that. And if I'm off base on that, feel free to let me know. But that's just where I'm at. Next up, we got Lone Wolf, which is right over here. It's not bad. We're about to get into the top 10, and the fact that this missed out, I do kind of feel bad. But... the top 10 are just ones so pretty much from top 10 down are ones I've actually really used a little bit more often. Yeah, this one's fine. I've used it here and there on Evil Karma playthroughs in the past, but yeah, it's fine. I don't really like wearing it on Good Karma just because I feel like it doesn't fit Good Karma as well, but that's just what it is. Sorry if I'm seeming kind of dismissive. That's not my intent here. I'm just trying to be honest with you guys. Because I don't find content where people are faking it or putting on a reaction just to try to make the video seem more interesting. I don't think that's fun. I think that's just kind of... I don't fuck with the fakeness. But yeah, that's just me. Next up, we got Mist Me. I've used this one a good bit for Good Karma, especially on Evil Karma. I've used it a lot. One thing I like doing with this is I'll turn off the HUD and then just run around with this one on. And then just kind of see what I stumble upon to. But Yeah, I mean, I know it's simple, but I just like the effect of, the bullet holes coming down and then being able to just, especially with the smoke abilities, being able to just dash all over the place is just it's kind of cool to me. But yeah, I mean, I don't really, I'm sorry, this video is kind of a little bit shorter. I just don't have as much to say about a lot of these. There are some I'll have more to say about, but a lot of these I just kind of like the vibe of them. Next up, we got Duped. There's a joke to be made there, but I'm not going to be the one to make it. It's fine. I like the fact that it actually changes something on the front, too, and that it gives the little chevrons. I do like that. I don't know if they're arrows or chevrons. I don't know technically from a design standpoint. I really wish we could have gotten more vests that actually changed the color of it. The fact that we don't have a vest that, like, with the fact that with Delson's base vest, which we'll talk about, the fact that with that vest you can't change the color of it. Like, I get the back emblem, well, again, we'll talk more about that in a minute, but I get that has systems related to it, so that's completely fine. But why we can't change the base color of his base vest? Like, just, I know a lot of games don't let you do that, but I think it'd be really, really great for a game like this if they would let you do that. But, I mean, I get at that point it wouldn't be Delson's vest, but, I mean, if you're supposed to be good or evil based off of your decisions as Delson, then they should kind of, because they need to either fully dedicate it to being, okay, you are inhabiting this character's backstory is this character is put in these situations, how do you think they would react? Or this character is pretty much a vessel for the player, they have a backstory, but it's not super important. Go wild, kind of have fun with enjoy your powers, But, again, that's more game systems than aesthetics at that point, technically, so... But yeah, I like the fact that it has the different wording on the bottom, the little propaganda pieces, and I like that this is kind of an equivalent of Cole's vest for him. My only complaint is that the jacket on Good Karma has to be white, so the white and yellow just kind of, I don't know, the red, white, and yellow just kind of clash for me in a way I don't really like, but if I could change the hoodie back to black, I would be rocking this a lot more often, I'm going to be honest. But as is, that's honestly where it's at. And that's why it's where it's at. Next up, we got X-Boned, which is right here. Could have gone quicker the other way. I think this is one of my preferred punk vibe ones here. Obviously, there's a couple further up that I like more, but it's just a vibe. It's simple. It's a basic design, but again, I would buy this. Probably not as a vest, because I can't pull off the vest. It's just not something that really fits my vibe. But yeah, it's something good. I like it. I would love to wear it in real life and be able to pull it off, but that's just not the cards I've been dealt in life. Next up, we got another neighboring pair, Zeke's Lucky 7. I fuck with it. I love anything involving Zeke. He's my boy. He's the main reason why the good ending of inFAMOUS 2 is one of the few times I've actually cried at a video game, which is interesting. But yeah, I don't really got much else to say about it. It's my boy. I did not mean to move. I fucked with my camera angle again. God damn it. This is why I'm not a professional YouTuber, boys. Yeah, I like the design. I love the dice with the wings. I love the 7, the design of the actual 7 itself. And just, I don't know, it's an aesthetic. I like it. Reminds me of my boy, but there's other ones I feel like fit Delson a little bit better. Which, speaking of, the one literally designed for him, should have been top 5, probably. But I feel like 6 is fair, I feel like 6 is a good ranking. Honestly, it's fine. It's just a vest at the end of the day, but the reason it's even in the top 10 is I do like the fact that the emblem on the back changes based on your karma, because then you can obviously hit your unlocks. I haven't tested this again, so I don't know if it's a thing where you can go through, hit max karma on either rank to get all the upgrades, and then once you have all the upgrades you need for set karma, kind of get back to a certain rank, because then you can somewhat customize the jacket. I mean, it affects your ranking and it could affect your abilities, so not great, but at least for the Max Hero one, I do like how it's an eagle. Makes sense. I mean, good karma Delson is always about freedom and things like that. Completely fair. Also, the blue in the middle kind of reminds me of my boy Nightwing, which I fuck with. Doesn't really affect its ranking, but just a little bonus. But yeah, that's all I really gotta say about it. I like the fact that it changes, but yeah. Next up, we got Stillwaters. I like it a lot. I usually run this one with the neon power, personally. Video also looks good with it because of the blue, but the wings just kind of throw it off for me with this jacket, so that's why usually I'll run this with neon, to kind of simulate that ebb and flow of water itself, which I know some people are going to be like, that's gay, but who cares? People can have their opinions, it's completely fine. But yeah, I love the, put that in the fucking blooper reel. I'm not going to edit it out, but maybe I'll do another failed compilation eventually of failed recordings. Let me know down in the comments if you want to see another fucking compilation of me failing to start to record videos and things like that. There's a lot of it. I haven't done that in a long time, but yeah, if you guys want to see that for around 200 subs, let me know. Also, at the end of the video, I'll be discussing something else for when we hit 200 subs, so stick around to the end for that. But yeah, I love the scaling of the fish. It's just, I don't know. It's just an aesthetic I fuck with. Yeah, I really enjoy it. Next up, we got one that's not too far away, Angel of Death. I love this one. I usually run it when I go more, because I'll kind of, especially at this rank, I'll kind of go around and either go for, like sometimes I'll go towards the drug dealers and I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on YouTube, but whatever, the dealers and then the DUP agents and all that stuff. And sometimes I'll go around incapacitating them just to try to get the karmic ultimate kind of gained, or I'll go around just killing them, but not like in the evil karma method, just pretty much attacking them without really focusing on the weak spots. And when I'm doing that second option, usually I'll run this around, because then it's protecting the innocent but taking care of those who do wrong. But yeah, I know it's pretty simple, but I love the scythe. I love the fact that the scythe also has a skull on it, so it's also kind of a yin-yang. I don't know which pronunciation is correct, but kind of that kind of vibe, which I also enjoy. But yeah, next up we got RIP. I love that this kind of gives me an almost Dia de los Muertos vibe, just a little bit. Sorry, my pronunciation, I can't speak. Sorry, my pronunciation's a bit weird. Not that great at speaking. Part of the reason I stopped uploading for a while is because I got really self-conscious about it, not self-confident. But obviously, as you guys could tell, I kind of just don't care. I misspeak. It happens. If it bothers you guys that much, I apologize, but it's just me. Yeah, I love this jacket. It's probably one of my most used. But just that Dia de los Muertos vibe is Muertos. I don't know. It's great. I really enjoy it. Sorry if I'm not like giving super in-depth critiques right now, but yeah. Next up, Cole's jacket. I'm gonna be honest, this probably should have been third, but 2 and 3 you can kind of swap around. The only reason this is not number 1, I love the fact, not only because of nostalgia, like nostalgia is part of it, obviously, because I do love the first 2 games and Festival of Blood, but it just looks really good in this game, and especially with the concrete powers. I'll literally throw this on, run around with concrete powers, and then just act like that's his only power set. Like, it's such a vibe doing that. love superhero shit. I love getting into the vibe of it and all that. So it's great for that. You know, and obviously the yellow and black's pretty simple, but it works. And also a leather jacket is just cool. I wish we could add more leather jackets for him, but I get they didn't want to do that because, you know, this game was largely a tech showcase more so than a full-fledged Infamous game, which, you know, maybe I'll go back and kind of discuss certain wish lists for future games and certain franchises. But again, if you guys want to see that, let me know down in the comments. But yeah, this jacket's great. I really do love it, but the fact that you can't get it now unless you get a code off of eBay or some shit just isn't worth it, and eventually those codes will run out, which sucks so bad. Like, Sucker Punch, I get you guys just dropped Ghost of Yotei, and you guys are going to be providing that with post-launch support for a little while, which is great. I appreciate you guys supporting single-player games. That is amazing. Love to see it. Dying Light, Cyberpunk, I love it when that happens, and when it's done well, good shit. So I'm not giving you guys crap for that at all. But if you guys have the option, you know, if Sony isn't forcing you guys to be like, yeah, it's just in that pre-order bonus or just in that pack and that's it, you can't ever put it on the store. As long as they aren't forcing your hand and not doing that, just please, if you guys do decide to return to Infamous, do an announcement for a new Infamous game and announce that Cole's jacket and like that related stuff, like the quest line and stuff, is free on the PlayStation Store so everyone can use it. I know this game isn't super popular, but it would generate at least a little bit of hype within the fan base, and it'd be great. But yeah, the fact that this is locked behind a piece of content that you got to go out of your way, and it's not super expensive last time I checked, but still, it's money, and especially nowadays, money isn't something I can just kind of shake my head at and be like, oh, no, it's fine, just spend the money. So it's great, but I can't put it number one for that reason. But my number one, if you guys noticed, is the White Rabbit. And this is honestly because it's actually different. The jacket's different. There's extra patches on it. It gives you a mask, which is sick. Like, and honestly, it fits the Good Karma one so well. It fits the wings well because of the light amount of blue on the faded out jacket. And then there's white on the shoes, which helps. It works well with neon because of the blue and purple vibe of the powers, so it just kind of blends well with it. The smoke looks okay on it. It doesn't look quite as good. Concrete doesn't look great, but if I'm running concrete, I'm throwing on Cole's jacket anyway, or the duped vest, so I'm going to be honest. But yeah, this is so nice. The detailing on the mask is actually pretty good. I don't know how I'm doing this. I can go into photo mode if I remember correctly. I just don't know. Oh, I gotta enable it, okay. No, I don't want to invert it. But yeah, I forgot I could do this. Ooh, okay. Camera's efficient, okay. You know what? This camera is so weird. Sorry, it's just very odd in this game how the camera works. But in terms of for photo mode. But yeah, I honestly love the fact that it's actually folded up in all these different pieces. Obviously, you can't really tell, especially from behind. But the fact that it's not a just smooth white texture is really nice. Like the fact that there's actual creases and everything just really adds to it, in my opinion. Am I not allowed to move down? I'm pretty sure I can only move the camera in ways that actually, like how it moves in-game, which is really stupid. But, again, early days of photo mode for a lot of these games, so can't really be too harsh about it. But, yeah, again, I'm sorry there's not a lot to say about this. I really fuck with it. But, yeah, that's pretty much all I really gotta say. Shit. What did I do? Yeah, that's all I really got to say about it. Sorry for kind of spacing here for a minute, but let me know your guys' ranking down below. I apologize for the more rambling nature of this video. I know that's kind of been a thing a lot more recently. I do apologize for that. But, yeah, I don't like cutting out a lot of stuff because I just like kind of giving a more authentic part. Not to say editing is a bad thing to do, and I'm not judging anyone that does. I've edited stuff in the past. I get it. And I'm going to edit stuff in the future. I guarantee that. But just, you know, at the moment, editing admittedly is not something I'm really great at and not something I can very easily do. People can figure it out, obviously. I'm not saying it's impossible. And then, you know, part of it could just be me being lazy about it, and I'll admit that, which is probably not great. But again, I just want to be honest with you guys. But that's just kind of where I stand on it. For right now, I do plan on at some point, hopefully soon, being able to get a laptop to help with editing, but we'll have to see, just because there's certain stuff going on I got to take into account first. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this. Also, I was going to talk to you guys real quick about the 200 sub special I have planned. I mentioned this in a comment recently.
One day.
Oh shit, sorry. Oh my god. Sorry. Shout out to fucking Pigpen. I was watching one of his watching one of his videos a little bit ago, and yeah. That's my bad. But for 200 subs, I am planning on revisiting Spider-Man 2. And the reason I'm sighing about that is because I have the list. Well, it's a tier list I have. I made the tier list already. Like, I already went through because I was debating on whether or not to do a video or a stream. But I have everything. So when I do my rankings, I have them pre-ranked. I go through, I count how many of however many cosmetics there are. And then I say, okay, this is the list. And then I go through and put them in order. And then I'll record it, do all that. But for the recolors in Spider-Man 2, I could go about it one of two ways. I could either go through it and do Peter's recolors and then Miles' recolors. I'm not sure how exactly I would go about doing that, aside from just avoiding putting Miles' suits on the tier list, which I could do. But I also, because I don't really know how I would name them in a list, so I would have to use the tier list for that. But I have the tier list with both Miles and Peter on there, so they're there at the exact same time. And I'm thinking what I'm going to do is for 200 subs, I want to do a live stream where I go through and I will rank all of the recolors and potentially take into account the base colors as well. We'll see. We'll see about that one. But what I'll probably end up doing is for 200 subs, I'll do a live stream ranking the recolors for Peter and Miles all in one stream. And then at the end of the stream, what I'll do is I'll also go through and make that ranking, like go through that ranking, but then as I'm going through it, put in where I would put the base ones as well. Just because then you can kind of get both. Otherwise, knowing me, I'm going to want to do a video ranking every suit, including recolors, and that would be like a 2 to 3 hour video. And I don't honestly think I want to subject you guys to almost 3 hours of me rambling over comic book suits. I mean, if that's what, if you guys want that, or if people in chat during stream for the 200 sub special, if you guys let me know you guys want me to do that in a video as a 200 sub special, let me know and I will do it. And I will edit it. I will go full in with it. You know, I'll go through the menu and show, oh, we're ranking this one, and then I'll have gameplay of it moving around, swinging in combat, photo mode, all that shit. And we'll go in depth with it. But that is that. Before I keep rambling on too much. But that's all I really got to say right now. That was me letting you know about the 200 sub special I plan on doing. But until then, I will see you guys hopefully. And if not, it's all good. If you guys liked the video, feel free to leave a like. If you guys disliked, make sure to leave a dislike and let me know what you liked or disliked about the video, and I will make sure to take that into account moving forward. And let me know what types of content you guys want to see from various things. As you guys can see from previous uploads, I recently started a Clair Obscure Expedition 33 playthrough. I'm also going through the Korg Gear application that's on PlayStation. It's technically a game, but I consider it more of an application than a game. Where it's just a digital audio workshop. So I'm trying to go through that and see what I can make with it. Because I'm a little bit out of practice. It's been a little bit since I've really worked on music. And I've never used stuff like this on a PlayStation controller, obviously, so it's taking a little getting used to. But if you guys are interested in either of those are going on right now. As previously kind of hinted at, I also covered the base designs, well, not base designs, but the base outfits / alternate outfits for Peter and Miles in Spider-Man 2, not touching on the recolors really, or at least not ranking the recolors. So if you guys want to see those, I have those. But yeah, otherwise, I mean, I'm trying to kind of stream a little bit more often. So if you guys are interested, turn on notifications for any of that stuff, whether it's videos, streams, anything. If there's any games you want to see me kind of review and talk about, let me know. I have a lot to say about Cyberpunk 2077. I fucking love that game. And I really kind of want to talk about some of the stuff I'm excited about for the next game and things I enjoyed in the first game or things I think could be improved upon. Not in a judgmentally harsh way, or a harshly judgmental way, I should say, but more so in the fact, or in the way of just giving the opinion of someone who does really enjoy the game. But I'll ramble about that in that video if that day comes. But without further ado, I'm going to let you guys get going. Thank you guys for stopping by so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you made it this far, I really, really do appreciate it. Or even if you just skip to the end to hear the 200 sub part and then watch through to the end, I appreciate it. But let me know your rankings down in the comments. Even your top 3, bottom 3. However you guys want to do it. Let me know suggestions for other content you guys would like to see in the future. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. But if not, take care, stay safe, be good people. And yeah, peace.